When the US C-17 aircraft landed in Amritsar, all 100 passengers were in shackles, including women. It's a 40-hour long-haul flight, just imagine. And that is not just shocking, it's basically humiliating as well. What is that we have done to get there? And what is that we can do to fix it? Let's look into some productive things that we can do to fix this kind of stuff from happening. And the same incident happened last year in November. 100 Chinese passengers were deported. I don't see a single photo of them being in shackles. And why we are treated less than Chinese? Let's look into it. Welcome to Ask Raghulan. Thank you for all the love and support. If you like my videos, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell button. So I have also posted videos on Expertisor Academy. It's an English channel where I have posted a lot of training videos on AI, civil engineering and software development. Have a look into it. Last video we have seen like list of things that we do it and which basically brings a lot of shame and hate to India. And let's go further and let's go and see what productive solutions that we can bring into place which can actually change these things. Because our passport is basically right now it's in a very endangered state. Most lowest space around like 85 or something. That is going to affect all of us in terms of opportunities, in terms of business ideas that we're going to execute. A lot of these things is going to be affected. Let's look into some of those things that we can use. First of all, look into stereotypical hate. The thing with stereotypical hate is like without some truth into it, it cannot survive. Say for example, if you say that all the Vietnamese are obese, that hate will not be able to survive. That stereotypical hate cannot survive. But if you say the same thing for an American, if you say like most of the Americans are obese, people will believe you. That stereotypical hate can actually survive because there is a truth to it. The same way, most of the stereotypical hate comment that we get is basically use deodorant. I personally said in my Tamil channel to South Indians saying that guys, we should use deodorants. I have seen them, they're not going to use it that much or not being very effective. And people have to be little concerned about people around them as well because we might go into pretty cramped buses or trains and when we come from a very long day of work and we're going to be smelly. So we just literally have to care about people around us because their opinion about us on this particular thing is what actually creating the hate online. So let us not do that. Let us improve that and be presentable and dressing well and behave well. It's not too much of an ask. You know, we don't have to look like a superstar to dress well or something. It's basically, we just have to love ourselves and dress well and then behave well. So whenever we are outside, don't have a loud music on your phone. Don't listen to without a headset being very loud and talking to very loud and all of these things. If someone does that, if they are an Indian, just walk to them and say it. Doesn't matter if they get offended and if they get into a fight, doesn't matter. If you're not going to say it, they're never going to think about it. Many of us, when they travel in trains and buses and stuff like that, they purposely play loud music and no one is interested in your music. No one likes your music. Just keep that in mind. We might be pretty proud of, or I might be proud of my Tamil music and someone might be proud of, like say Bollywood music. Doesn't matter. No one really cares other than you, other than us. So let us not actually try to show off with that because no one really cares. Put a headset, it saves. And don't call anyone sir. That culture, we need to stop it even within India as well, because when we go outside of India, we're calling almost literally any white guy a sir. Of course, we tend to please them. We tend to make jokes to make them laugh and we do a lot of these simp behaviors and that is very cringe and we shouldn't do it. And especially in a recent event, one of the Indian chess player, she actually fell into feet of Magnus. He's a grandmaster in chess. Doesn't matter how much someone has achieved on it. This culture of what you do, this should be with your very close parents and stuff. Apart from your parents or someone very close to you who are your well-wisher, no one really cares if you grow bigger than them. If you go and tell someone that, I'm making more money and then try to fall in their feet and do you think that they're going to bless you? They don't really care. And especially white people, they think very low of us and they don't think that, okay, this girl is very cultured and this is a very good culture. They don't look at that way. Remember what happened when an Australian won the Cricket World Cup? They put their legs on top of the cup. They don't really care because that cup means nothing to them. They won because of their talent. This cup doesn't prove that I have talent. Basically, my talent got this cup. So the cup has no value. My talent has got value. So that way, like if you got a culture of falling into people, fell into people's feet and touching them and things like that, keep it to yourself. Keep it to people that you really know that they are well-wisher, like your parents or something. Don't need to fall in for everyone. And thing is like, we need to have a small board in India which basically manages image of India. So that means like in China, there is no Instagram, there is no Facebook, there is no any of the meta products such as WhatsApp and also other social media. So that means like anything the Chinese people are doing, it's not coming online to the rest of the world. So the image of the Chinese is not actually degrading in any way, even if someone is doing all this stupid stuff. So now what we have to do in that way is like either Facebook, Meta all oblige to what they do, saying that if anything is tarnishing India's image, you have to take away that content straight away. And I don't want it to go viral. The same way, the board should act proactively and then checking all of these people who's doing it within India and penalize them. And we have to take action in such a way that, you can automatically ban their account for a few hours to few days to a month or to permanently. So that way, they're not actually causing more harm on the online presence because, as I said, like in the physical presence of India, you can imagine is this much, but the online presence of India is like this much because every one of of us, if you post a video or a photo or something, your friends is around like 100 people, and the people who's going to look at that post will be like around thousands of people. Imagine crores of people doing that. Literally, you can reach everyone in every part of the world, in this world, and then they will be looking at your content. And that content is going to give a bad image to India, and that is going to do the job pretty well. And then any movie that is getting released in India, like a pan-India Hollywood movies or Korean movies, doesn't matter if it's releasing over, let's say 500 screens, 200 screens, whatever, they need to have one main Indian character, and that should be a dignified character. And if you notice, last few years, Chinese government is actually proactively taking this agenda. And you see like all the Avengers movies and stuff like that, just showing Chinese looking people, not necessarily Chinese looking people such as Koreans and Chinese are being shown as a scientist or something like that. Whereas the Indians are still shown as if they are living in slum. The movies like Slumdog Millionaires will show only that side of India because we allow that to happen. So we shouldn't do that. Technically, India is a huge market. You got a movie, of course, you want like 1 billion people to see that movie, and each of them giving you, let's say, around 1,000 rupees is like you straight away take like say thousands of crores in a single day. You want that sort of money? Good. Now you have to make sure that you show India in a good light. Show what is India is progressing. Show ISRO. Show all the big buildings that you have built in all the metro cities. Show how cool our people are, and put an Indian character which basically shows as if like the most smartest guy. Put them as a guy who's saving the world. I don't want you to show India in slums and all that sort of stuff. That is a part of India that we have to take care, and we will take care. You're not actually taking care of it. So why do you show it? Chinese CCP actually produced a lot of movies. The Meg Last Shark movie with the Jason Statham was actually produced by a Chinese company. A lot of movies, they are co-produced with the Chinese companies. And India should also actively do it. Ask Reliance and all the big companies to co-produce all top Hollywood movies, so that we have some saying on all those movies, so that nothing is actually, any content is created against us. And then, we have to, even within us, guys, we should stop using those, any abusive words, such as, people calling Telugu people as Gultis and South Indians as Madrasis and Pandis, and a lot of different words we call between people in us, that's basically a degrading term, nothing positive that we're going to call out of someone. So we should actually stop doing that, so that, we can develop some sort of brotherhood. And also, I will strongly say, both North Indians and South Indians, leave that superiority complex ego and try to treat everyone equal. And because unless and until you do it, people feel that, you really giving equal chances in a fair world, people not going to join part of you. And reason United States is not still having a black population, coming up to the same level as a white population, is like black population don't believe in the system. They don't believe the system is for them. The system is fair for them. That is why they choose violence, they choose crime, because even if they study hard, they're not going to get the job. They believe that, the system is not for me. The same way South Indians, if you ask them, they say like, okay, I'm not going to apply for any central government jobs. I'm not going to write to UPSC because I'm not going to get it. The system is rigged and they're going to take the jobs. Now the NEET question papers have been out, and there is like fake doctors coming out and all that sort of stuff happening. Like, why do I have to put genuine effort? Because the system is not fair. So that means the same way South Indians don't try to say like, we are smart and we do that, we do this, by insulting someone, by bringing hate to someone, they're not going to take it in a positive way. They're not going to change. They're not going to, build a constructive relationship. And then government should announce prize monies for achievements in advance, rather than after someone has won and then be giving them 1 crore of prize money for winning a Paralympics medal or chess competition or something like that. Instead, government should say, okay, this is all the 100 things. If you guys go overseas, not in India, you don't have to win in India, but then it will be completely rigged and people give to their politician sons or something. You go overseas, you go to any international commons, like Olympics or Commonwealth Games or FIDE competitions or anything like that. You go and win a championship. Okay, this is all 100 criteria. You say, if you're going to win an American Idol competition as a singer, we'll give you 1 crore. And then if you go and win any Paralympics competition, we'll give you 1 crore. And if you win the chess world championship, we'll give you 1 crore. If you do the same thing with Kabaddi, UFC, and if you're going to do thing with boxing, anything like that, we'll give you 1 crore. Announce these prizes. And then what happens is people look at this as a lottery ticket, because everyone wants to win in life and everyone gets a chance to get 1 crore, and people genuinely ready to put some effort. So that what happens is people in every nook and every corner of the company will try to compete, will try to go overseas, will try to win something like these, which can change their life forever. So give opportunities like that. So people, instead of doom scrolling, people instead of, propelling hate online, they could actually think about winning 1 crore using their talent, and which is good for everyone because they will become inspiring to the people around them. And then we have to take action against poor civic sense, and we should include a subject, and that subject coming from little like school days, and we should also take them on an industrial visit and show to those kids, see what your elders have done to all the great monuments that we have built for the last 2000 years, 3000 years. they have expressed their love for a girl. Your previous generation have scribbled on all the monuments, they spit on all the railway stations, and they put garbage everywhere. And this is exactly they're going to do it overseas. This is what your elders are doing. Don't do that. Let people understand what is the weightage of that. It's not something just I'm throwing a paper here. And this is basically like, if you don't care, someone is not going to care as well. But if you care, if someone don't care, you feel offended, you feel angry. That anger will change someone else as well. That anger will make someone make awkward to put rubbish on the ground, to spit on the ground and things like that. And then whenever any Indian visiting any foreign country, they should come up with an exit visa stamp or something like that, which basically that country have to say, this guy has not done anything such as shitting in the road or peeing in the road or shouting or making any annoying stuff and things like that. If they've done anything like that, ban their passport from traveling for 5 months to 5 years or permanently. It depends on what sort of things that they were doing, because that is harming not just that guy, but that is harming like everyone from India who's traveling outside for genuine opportunities, which a deservingly candidate should be getting it. I think every individual citizen in India should get a credit score, and based on the good things that they're doing, and then based on poor civic sense and things like that, they should get points, like a demerit points, affecting their income tax that they pay on the end of the year, so that people are obliged to be good, people are obliged to be decent, people are obliged to be with proper civic sense and helping each other out and kind. This is just a video, guys. If you have anything that you want to say it, please say it in English so that everyone can participate, and also keep the comments to be polite and kind. If you throw hate, someone is going to throw hate back at you. So let us keep it constructive.